So Ewan McGregor was cast. He was the first one cast, and that was due to him working with Shallow Grave, and the fact that it was felt that McGregor could pull off the style of deception possible for someone who's doing repulsive stuff, but with the charm that makes you feel ambiguous about what they're doing. So kind of think of an anti-hero with no conscience, but an explanation for everything that makes sense.
Right.
He doesn't do anything out of malice, but he doesn't do anything. Okay, let me rephrase that, because he does a lot of stuff out of malice, but he doesn't. It's nothing's personal.
Right. It's not to hurt other people. It's just to better himself.
Yeah.
So
He'll step on you for a penny.
Right. Ewan Bremner, who plays Renton in the stage play, was cast to play Spud and felt obligated to take the part as the characters were a part of his heritage.
Yes.
Yes. So Johnny Lee Miller, who would go on to marry
Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, very good. Was chosen due to his role in Hackers.
Where he met her.
Yes. And he showed his audition doing a Sean Connery accent due to Sick Boy's love of Connery in the novel.
Yeah. Now there's a twist with one of the characters in the film and in the book, and the twist is the age of the character. So they went with a completely unknown to play Diane because they didn't want to get someone in who was the age bracket of the character who was known, because then the secret would be out and there'd be no plot twist at that point. So what they did is they went to clubs, pubs, hairdressers, boutiques, anywhere you could find young women, and they ended up asking people on the street, inclusive of do you want to audition for this part? In the end, they settled on a 19-year-old Kelly MacDonald. This would launch her acting career because she would later become Brave and star as the young woman in Nanny McPhee. She also married Dougie from Travis.
I thought she was younger than that.
Not at the time. The character's younger, but the actress wasn't.
Huh. I thought.
The actress was the right age to do everything. Because you could pick a 19-year-old and say that they are not 19.
Right. Okay. For some reason, I thought that the actress was the same age as the. Okay.
No, they just didn't want to get somebody the same age as the character because that would give away the.
All right.
That'd give the game away.
Totally.
And we'll get to what that game is when we talk about the plot here in a few minutes.
The only role that was hard to cast was Begbie. Originally, Christopher Eccleston was approached due to his work on Shallow Grave and Boyle's imagination of how Begbie would look. I can't imagine. First off, Christopher Eccleston's about 1.5 feet too tall to play Begbie. Right. Okay, so for those
and he's English too.
Yes.
That's the other thing.
Well, yeah, but he's Mancunian, so it's doable.
But Begbie's complete Edinburgh, so he'd have to do an accent.
I think he could.
Well,
I think he could.
If
he was London, if he was a Londoner, no. But he yeah. I think.
Well, remember he didn't do an American accent in Gone in 60 Seconds because his American accent was awful, so they had him do his.
Well,
his
yeah,
English
but that
accent.
doesn't mean that he can't do a Scottish accent.
No, I'm just saying the accents weren't his strongest suit.
Right, but and then again though, he was half taller than, because see the whole point, Begbie in the books and as was accurately portrayed in the movie was a tiny little thing, but he would jack you up.
Oh yeah. So they went with Bobby Carlyle instead.
Right. Carlyle was initially hesitant to play Begbie and believed himself to be too short. However, he was convinced, as Boyle stated, that short psychos are better.
Yeah, in an interview in Neon magazine, Bobby Carlyle said, "I've met loads of Begbies in my time. Wander around Glasgow on a Saturday night and you got a good chance of running into a Begbie." Mm-hmm. So, I mean, the Begbie character.
Yes.
One of my favorite in all of cinemas for the wrong reason. Because he's just an utter psychopath.
Oh, yeah.
Everything sets him off. Mm-hmm. You chew too loud, you chew too soft. It's just...
He smacks around people to smack around people.
Yes, he's a horrible, horrible human, but a wonderful cinematic character.
Yes.
Because you're not going to get him on a mainstream movie. Or even in a mainstream novel. And that's the thing about this movie and the book that it was written off of. It was... it's counterculture. Mm-hmm. The whole thing was.